Australia is surrounded by the Indo-Pacific and Antarctic Oceans. It is the largest country in Oceania. Australia is also home to a number of unique animals such as the kangaroo and the koala monotherms are mammals. They give birth by laying eggs. The dog-billed platypus and the echidna are two monotherms which are only found in Australia. Reptiles are also common because they are well suited to the hot, dry conditions found in the center of the continent. A number of amphibians such as frogs can also be found in Australia. Some frogs live under the dry ground. Australia is a very isolated place and is home to many flora and fauna species which can be found on any other continents. About 18% of the flora species in Australia are entirely unique to the continent. Eucalypts are the most common of these. The Australian flora comprises some 22,000 species. More than 19% are indigenous and many of them endemic. The predominantly perennial vegetation ranges from the dense population of eucalyptus shrubs and forests of the coast, to the thorny mulga and maul, to the shrubs that grow on the saline soils of the inland plains.
Australian tradition. There is a tradition called barefoot that consists of skiing but in the water, with the main characteristic that it must be done barefoot. Also, this is a high risk activity due to the complexity of doing it, since it is very difficult to maintain balance on the water. If we do not have experience in this activity, so is probably that you can suffer some kind of lesson or accident that was very bad. While we practice this activity still in the water environment, another very important attraction of Australia is the surfing that takes place during the months of December and April. These are the best months to do this sport because of the waves that exist and because in the rest of the year there are usually tornadoes or cyclones that prevent this activity. Finally, another Australian tradition is a typical dance that is done of fairs or in another important celebration, which is consists of a kind of waltz in pairs but performed by several people simultaneously.
Australian places. Lake Hillier, located in the Middle Island, Western Australia. Its red color is permanent and its length is approximately 600 meters. It is surrounded by dense forests of eucalyptus. Melbourne being the epicenter of the country, it is the city with the best nightlife in Oceania and is the most dynamic city of the continent and contains a wide range of restaurants. It has beaches to enjoy in a healthy way with alcohol restrictions. It also has beautiful buildings with a mixture of Victorian and contemporary architectures. So at the first glance of the city with many buildings with striking details and with a high level of quality. But it's not only buildings, there is a part of Australia with desert, where we can find the Ulukata Utah. The Ulukata Utah National Park, there is a touristic place with a old horse rock and it is considered World Heritage Site by UNESCO since 1987. It is located in the North Territory of Australia. There is a variety of activities such as guide walks, where the flora of the place is displayed. There are recreational centers with rock arts and viewpoints. We can find natural pools in the middle of the cliffs and different trails of red soil. In short, it's a beautiful place that is one visiting to commemorate a unique view at sunrise. Finally, Australia is considered a beautiful place where we can know many more places than we speak today.